Yeah, hello, this is Dave from cheapbooks.com playing World of Tanks. This video is about SPGs, specifically positioning. Just a few games that I played, and I'm going to show you how you don't have to play the traditional positions back in the field behind your base. It shows you how to get a more forward position, and the reason why is because as you're more forward in the game, it takes less time for your shot to get to where it's going. It takes less time to aim, and your accuracy improves if you're closer to the enemy. And also, by taking up certain positions, you can hit the enemy's side armor more frequently as opposed to the frontal armor, which means you're going to do more damage. And also, you're going to be able to hit positions that people think are already safe. So this is going to show you a couple positions that I play. Nothing that amazing. And I'm going to show you what I saw for one of the enemy tanks. This clip is about SPG positioning. The SPG is the M40, M43, and the map is Swamp. But what I do is I try to be as close to the enemy as possible. It takes less time to aim. Your shot's going to be more accurate. You do have to be very careful because you can get spotted. And if the flank moves, you have to anticipate when the flank is going to fall. And you have to move with the flank. You have to react very quickly. You'll notice that I'm going to be taking a lot of shots towards the south, which of course defeats the purpose of being close to the enemy. It's just that happens to be where the opportunities were. And I don't play SPG very often, so I really don't know the ideal positions on all the map. But I was able to hit him right on the side. For that reason, it was actually very good. If I hit his side armor from this position, I can do it easily, and it is definitely going to increase the chance of doing damage. From the normal SPG position in the southeast at the base, you're going to hit that frontal armor and do less damage. Like I said, I don't know the perfect positioning. In the old game, you used to be able to land a shot next to a tank and do some damage. Since the stun implement, okay, so I did 319 damage landing a shot next to the tank. That's another tactic you can use. Before the stun damage, you probably used to be able to do more damage, but I really don't know. They did increase the burst radius. One of the problems with increasing the burst radius is that it's very easy to do damage to an enemy tank just by dropping around alongside it. And again, you don't want to do it with the frontal armor. You want to hit that side armor as much as possible. And he probably has no idea how vulnerable he is, even though I miss him. So I got spotted here. When you get spotted, even though the enemy tank died, you gotta. I checked to see that there were no enemy SPGs, and I verified they had no enemy SPGs. So normally you would reposition to watch out for incoming artillery fire, but because their SPGs are gone, I don't have to worry about that. In this case, it's probably better to drop it right alongside, not on the frontal armor, but more on that side armor. Didn't reload fast enough. The other good reason for being in this location is if the flank falls in the south, the enemy won't find you. They'll expect you to be at the base, and you won't be there. Okay, so this has gone beyond the purpose of what I wanted to show. Basically, think a little bit differently about the positioning that you take when you play SPG and hit for that side armor. When you play SPGs, most people try to be as far against the backfield as possible. You'll notice that my allies, the M40 and the M53, are as far to the north as they can be, perhaps close to the red line. But I don't follow that same theory. What I try to do is I try to get as close to the enemy as possible, but still be in a safe position where I'm not going to be spotted. And the reason why I try to get close is because your shot takes less time to get there, and you're going to aim more quickly, and your shot's going to be more accurate. So in this case, you can see that I took up this position in the C5 area, and I'm going to move around a little bit. And you can still reach up onto the cliff, even though my shot did not land true, shall we say. So this is the position I took. I was able to play the whole game in this position. I was able to take shots at the enemy tank destroyers in the southwest area of the map. I was able to take shots at tanks that were up on the top of the cliff. And I was able to take shots on tanks that are in the south. You see that Yag Tiger? I'm going to be able to take a lot of shots at him. So I wanted to show you this position, and like I said, try to get as close to the enemy as possible, but you do have to have situational awareness. When the front line retreats, you have to anticipate that, and you have to move quickly because chances are you will be a lot slower. Let's see this one shot come in on this Jag Tiger. He might not be spotted when I take it. And hitting that side armor, very vulnerable for the enemy tank. Can do a lot more damage hitting the side armor than the frontal armor. This is obviously a game with an SPG. Look at my positioning on the minimap. Because of where I'm located, the shot arrives a lot faster, it aims faster, and it's more accurate when I'm hitting tanks at that location. And from the position that I'm at, these tanks are, they're a little bit far away, but I'm more likely to hit them on the side armor, which is where they're going to be more vulnerable. And I can get some shots on them when they think that they're already safe. They think that Artie can't get them. I can get some of those shots on them. So to see the position that I'm at, well, I guess I can't. Yeah. But as you can see from the position that I am, look on the mini-map, I'm right behind the hill that our snipers are at. I'm still able to get shots on most of the tanks on the east side. I'm able to hit the sniping position where the Scorpion G is, and I can get some lucky shots into town if necessary. Now, the other advantage is, if the enemy wins in the south, I don't have to move as quickly. I can wait a little bit longer before I move. I had to hold my fire because I don't know if I can fire when they're in the water or not. Thanks. And the other thing is, if my team wins the city area, then I will head a little bit further north. You have to have good situational awareness, but just to show you that the arty positioning doesn't have to be as far away in the back corner as possible. Come up with a good position where you're near your allies and you can get some interesting shots, hit the side armor, get close to the enemy, and be in a place that's unpredictable where the enemy won't go looking for you. This is another SPG positioning video. You can look on the mini-map. You can see I'm at the G3 area. You can see that I can hit tanks that think that they're already safe. Tanks that have this strong turret armor and the good gun depression, they like to be up on the hill in the D0 area, and I can hit them from here. And plus I can hit tanks that are trying to snipe down below, such as the T-54. Protect my team a little bit. Yeah, so you don't always have to be in the normal positions that arty take. You can see that we have an arty in the M53 area, and statistics show that on a city map you do about half the damage you do in an open field map. So you actually get pretty good games in the city maps. $421 damage. You can hit a lot of interesting locations, but you just have to know where you're situated on this particular map. This map is Serene Coast, and if you look at the G9 area, you'll notice that there is an enemy SPG, the M53, M55. He was previously in the H6 area, which was where the T95 is, and that's where he spent most of the game. But as our team won on the west side and they won on the east side, he relocated onto the peninsula, which was the proper thing to do. If he had not done that, he would have died a lot sooner. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like to play SPG, I have a clan called CBSPG, which is intended for SPG players, or for people who like to play SPG about 25% or more of the time. And you're welcome to join. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.